war. Ever since the Air Nomad temples were attacked by Fire Lord Sozin, the world has been in chaos. The Southern Water Tribe fights for survival, as the Earth Kingdom seeks to hold off the Fire Nation army. But even with no Avatar in sight, there is still hope. Who will answer the call, and who will bring forth a new era of peace? Welcome back to Avatar Legends Legacy of Heroes, Arc 3, the 100 Years War Era. I am your GM, Josh. I'm joined by my wonderful friends, Cass, Megan, Morgan, and Oz. Oh no, we didn't talk about who would do recap, but don't worry because we're gonna figure it out soon.
Last time, I'm immune.
If you're joining us now, it's go back to previous sessions. If you are starting here for some reason, if you so go back to previous ones, or if you need a quick refresher.
I did it last time. I'm safe.
All right, I'm just gonna do it. I guess I don't know. I'll do the recap. Why not?
Fair. A lot happened.
Yeah, a lot happened last session. So if you just need a quick refresher and have seen the previous ones, your refresh starts now. As previously, after a day of revelations and feelings, the group sort of woke up semi-adjacent to each other, still not really on great terms. Rosalind took off immediately. Benjiro had to reveal to Sakari that they are an assassin before the three of them decided to take off and find Rosalind, running into Rafa along the way. They then, after having a quick conversation with Rafa about Rosalind's intentions of being at the South Pole, decided to sort of outpace Rafa to get to Rosalind to then have their own conversation. Did not happen. Instead, there was PvP. Tybo tackled Rosalind into the water. And Rosalind ended up attacking both Tybo and Benjiro on accident, along with being caught / hampered by Sakari's improved waterbending. They got some information out of it, but as Rosalind was starting to open up, revealed that some part of the plan was dealing with the threat to the South Pole, which Rafa then showed up for and caused more problems. With a Fire Nation ship on the way for the southern raids, Rosalind took off towards the ship for safety. Tybo, Sakari, Benjiro, and Rafa headed back to the Southern Water Tribe and started to prep for danger. And we are beginning again as the ship has made contact with the Southern Water Tribe, and forces are imminent.
And nothing else happened.
Oh yeah, there was a end
nothing
credit
else
scene.
happened.
There was a little end credit scene. If you watched carefully last time, what I did was I did the little ending music and then immediately cut to Cass's ending scene and then did the ending music stuff again. So there's a little two for if you leave too early in the credits. Anyway.
Spoilers.
What do you mean spoil? Oh, for us, there's spoilers, right? Because we pre-record these ahead of time.
It's fine.
It's fine. But yeah, so Rosalind got an instrument, a little 4-string that they were playing alone in their room, in a nice, sad juxtaposition to being alone. But we are now starting at the. I'll say at this point we're like in the midway of the fight. So like the Fire Nation forces have started to take on the Water Tribe forces, and let's go with the three of you who are at the Water Tribe. What do you think you've been doing in all of this as like the panic and like the adrenaline of everything starts to kick in? And I'll roll to see how everyone's doing at the start of this in terms of the two forces. Okay, so the Water Tribe is doing really well, like holding the Fire Nation at bay currently. So how are like Tybo, Sakari, and Benjiro helping out with that?
I think Tybo's definitely getting ready for like frontline attack.
Okay.
Like he was helping with medicine and stuff earlier, but now it's just like he big strong. He's probably most useful as, if not a fighter, a meat shield.
Oh, fair. So Tybo's been on the front line.
Sakari's over with wherever Hama's at.
Okay, is with Hama.
Um, hmm. I guess like is there anybody who's like kind of is there anybody who's kind of like sticking out behind, not necessarily in the front lines, but someone who's sticking out behind for backup?
Yeah, they're like like a reserve group kind of cavalry situation.
Okay, I'm hanging back with them just in case there's like need to jump into the front lines.
Okay, so for the first few minutes of the whole ordeal, you've kind of all set yourself up into all different spots because Taibo is on the front lines, swinging away with the 4 string and whatever else they can get there. And Sakari is in the middle, sort of where Hama is with the main bulk of the benders, because they can attack from a longer distance than the close range. And then Benjiro is back with the reserves, waiting for any signals. Rafa, over on the Fire Nation side, what are you doing during all this?
Who?
Sorry, Rosalind. God dang it. Dang.
Add to the counter.
I'm drinking tea.
Just drinking tea in your room with the 4 strength still?
Oh, no, I'm with them, but I'm
Okay.
drinking tea.
Okay.
I'm like sitting on the side with my tea and the 4th string. That's what Rosalind's doing, but like trying to find like they're gonna join, but after they finish their tea.
Awesome. So Rosalind is conserving energy, just kind of enjoying scoping out the battlefield. So we'll jump right into combat for we'll take them sort of like one at a time so that in case you want to like add statuses to each other, they can take effect on yours. So we'll start with frontline, which is Taibo.
Hey, I love fighting my friends.
Taibo on the front line with a bunch of random Fire Nation soldiers.
No question.
Yes.
Did I get like war paint or am I just like chilling?
Up to you within like the time that you would have had to quickly put it on, I guess.
I mean, if everyone else has war paint, I probably have war paint.
I think it's because you might not have had time to do like the full Southern Water Tribe Warrior. It might just be like a handprint on your face kind of deal of just like real fast poof. All right, let's go.
Sick.
All right, so there's just a Taibo handprint on Taibo's face.
I feel like wouldn't it just be like the stripes of the wolf thing?
Oh,
or like,
maybe.
I don't know.
We could do that too. Yeah, you could do
Yeah,
just
I
the
feel
stripes.
like that's aesthetically better.
Okay, so just the stripes, and then pick your stance: defend and maneuver, advance and attack, or invade and observe.
You said the water tribe is doing well holding off the Fire Nation?
Currently up until this point, yes. At this point, we're going to start throwing in all the extra stuff of this narrative.
Oh, awful. I'm gonna, I guess, advance and attack.
All right. The Fire Nation soldiers are also gonna. Well, I've split them up sort of into 2 each. So one group is going to advance and attack. The other group is going to defend and maneuver. So I'll roll the defend and maneuver first. Oh, that was bad. They defend and maneuver, not successful. They are just covered in snow.
Well,
so
shit.
advance and attack, roll with passion.
Yeah, I got a 9 plus 1, 10.
All right, so you can choose to either mark fatigue and use a learn technique. You can use your practice technique, or you can use 2 different basic or master techniques.
Wow, I don't have a single attack and an advance and attack technique, so I have to do the basics.
Wonderful.
Oh no.
Taibo's maybe not a fighter. He's a lover. So I'm guessing the strike.
Okay. So either did you want to mark the fatigue to limit the choice?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna mark 1 of fatigue. They're gonna there, and then
Can I get one more?
Oh yeah, you also get 1 more. That's right.
I'm also gonna smash.
Smash. Yeah. Mark of fatigue to destroy, to stabilize something in the environment, possibly inflicting or overcoming infliction on the
Ooh,
appropriate
never mind.
position.
Wait, what's press?
Pressure is you get to choose in one of the approaches, the defend and maneuver,
That
advance
one.
attack. Okay.
I want that one.
Okay.
That's what I thought Smash was. My bad.
I
My
see.
B.
All right. Which one are you gonna limit them from using?
Advance and attack, please.
Advance attack. Okay, because they're also doing pressure and doing the exact same thing to you.
Well,
So
shit.
it's essentially a really quick, like, they surround you, cutting off any of your like exit kind of deals, and then it's just you with your 4-string sort of like in a continuous strum, just like it's the Timon and Pumbaa in Lion King 2 when he's got like the tail and he's like, don't.
Wait, I'm alone or I'm like in a group of people and we're all surrounded?
You're in a group of people, but like
Okay.
the you yourself have been like a little like, so it'd be like you, group of waterbenders, group of firebenders, but like
Okay.
they've cut between all of you, so like they're snaking in sort of deal.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Just Rosalind 610 on specifically me.
Whoosh. All right. We now move on to middle line Sakari with the waterbenders and Hama, who has not created bloodbending yet, folks, but we'll get there soon. There's also we'll use the same amount of firebenders for this one. Megan, please choose a stanced move.
Oh, I think Akari's going to. Where are we? I guess do we see forces yet in the middle?
Yeah, so like you're at an vantage point where like you can see the Fire Nation soldiers fighting like the hand-to-hand combat fighters, and then also like some of them are being able to break through that line and get to like the line of benders kind of deal.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I want to evade and observe, and then Sakari's like got her hood up and like face mostly covered.
Alrighty. So the Fire Nation soldiers are advancing and attacking. These ones are not the ones that were fighting Kaibo. The Waterbenders are going to defend and maneuver, but Hama is going to advance and attack. So we've got a gambit here first. Waterbenders. My God. Nope. Advancing an attack. Oh, that's better for them. Okay. So Hama's gonna strike. They're going to probably pressure first. Okay, so then Sakari, please roll with creativity or harmony.
Ooh, creativity. Okay, just roll.
Yep.
Oh, 13.
Nice. So you can either use one learn technique and mark of fatigue. You can either use a practice technique or use 2 different basic or master techniques.
Okay, I want to use harmless pins as a mastered technique.
Okay.
And throwing some of my daggers to like pin someone into like the ice, I
Yeah.
guess.
Okay.
And then can I attack that same person or
Yeah,
can
you
I
could-
do that again to another person?
Yeah, you can choose the same person or peoples.
Okay. Then yeah, I want to do it to another person. Like do that twice.
Oh, you have to do a different technique though.
Oh, you
Yeah,
have
yeah.
okay. Where did my basic moves? I cannot.
Those
Okay.
are test balance, bolster or hinder, and then commit. Those are the 3.
I would like to bolster Hama.
Okay, so you're gonna bolster Hama. How are you gonna go about bolstering her?
Can I, when I do the harmless pins, can I do it at someone that like would have attacked her?
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. Perfect. Okay, so then we'll give her prepared status for later. So in this little section, as the Fire Nation soldiers are surging forward, the first round of like waterbenders, they're aren't able to take out any of the firebenders. But Hama is able to trade some blows with them alongside Sakari as you throw some daggers to pin a few to the ground, and then are preparing Hama for her next attack. And then we move on to the back, Benjiro.
Yes.
There isn't really any combat coming towards you yet, but you can still attack, as there might be like one or two of the faster, stronger firebenders who are Fire Nation soldiers who have been able to like get this far back.
Okay. I was gonna defend and maneuver anyway.
All right.
No matter what happens. So.
All right. So I'll advance an attack for you that get so roll with focus.
Oh yes. All right. That's a
All right, same as everyone else. Mark one fatigue to use a learn technique, use a practice technique, or use two different mastered or basic techniques.
okay.
Everyone's doing so great, and my NPCs are doing terrible.
I think I'd like to. I definitely want to retaliate.
Okay.
That probably wouldn't count as clearing my condition for that though. I guess I'll seize a position. I don't think that would count as clearing one of my conditions, right? If I'm afraid, because part of seize a position talks about moving to a new location, disengage, or engage the foe. Yeah, that wouldn't count.
No, yeah, you'd have to fully run away from the fight entirely.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll just retaliate and seize a position.
All right, we'll see what happens on the firebender. It did not hit at all. So Benjiro sort of takes. Do you want to go closer towards everyone, or do you want to be like off to the side a bit more?
Could I go closer, but also basically what I'm thinking of doing is just kind of hiding in the background, but being there in case I need to pop out and surprise.
I see. Okay.
Using those assassin skills.
All right. Perfect. So Benjiro sort of disappears into the snow, as it would be. And we go back to frontline with Tybo and the hand-to-hand combat and those Fire Nation soldiers.
Wee.
Please pick a stance move.
I went into this with a little bit of fatigue.
Right.
So I'm gonna do an evade and maneuver.
Bid and observe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe.
No worries. So the Fire Nation soldiers can't advance an attack because you've pressured them away from it. So they are going to evade and defend a maneuver, but the Water Tribe soldiers are going to advance an attack. So defending a maneuver goes first. Focus. That missed. Advance and attack is next. Water Tribe soldiers. Not bad. Okay. And then evade and observe, please. Clear one fatigue and then roll with either creativity or harmony.
Harmony, please. And that'll be an 8 plus 2, 10.
Hooray! Again, either mark one fatigue to use learn technique, use one practice technique, or use two different basic or master technique.
I'll go ahead and use feint, which is learned.
Okay. You're gonna mark a fatigue and then use feint.
Which, let me pull up my. I have so many things. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no worries.
Where's Feint? There it is. There's my guy. Trick your foes into overextending themselves against you. If you are targeted by any attacks this exchange, you may mark 1 fatigue to immediately inflict a condition on each of your attack. Damn it.
Well, yeah, that doesn't help. You stop them
Well,
from
then
being
I
able to
don't
do
want to do that. I guess I'll just do the basic ones. Tybo's gonna be stuck being a basic bitch this entire exchange.
it. Happens.
Let's go balance.
Oh, test balance?
Yeah.
Okay, so the Fire Nation soldiers, their principle is I gotta figure out a one-word answer. Capture, I guess, is the best word. So they're here to capture. So that's your one. What else would you like to do?
I guess also bolster the. Ooh, can I hinder?
Sure, you can do hinder as well. How, if you'd like to describe how you hinder.
I think I'm gonna do a 2-for-1. And I'm gonna talk to them around me. Just a sort of a. The blood on your hands is never gonna dry. You do not have to be a part of this destructive machine. If inside you there is a good person, you can stop now. It's sort of a question their balance and also rattle them a little bit.
Okay, so the balance thing won't matter, but it is gonna work with hinder. Problem is, it can't be doomed or trapped because you can't. So it's just stunned, which is just catching them off guard. So they'll
I'm
be
completely fine with
stunned for a little bit. That ends that combat exchange, in which you essentially saw the Fire Nation soldiers as they were getting around to prepare themselves. Essentially get sliced and bashed in by a bunch of the Water Tribe soldiers, and then Tybo is just kind of talking to him in the middle of yelling. Then we cut back to the middle with the benders of Hama and Sakari, Fire Nation soldiers. Sakari, what would you like to do?
Advance and attack.
Okay, advanced attack. So defending and maneuvering is going to end up being the Water Tribe soldier, waterbenders, and then advancing attack is going to end up being Fire Nation soldiers. Water Tribe goes first. Water Tribe misses. I forgot Hama. Hama's going to advance attack as well. So now roll with passion for advance and attack, as the majority of everyone starts doing that on this side.
And then I have not advanced and attacked yet, so I'm gonna use changing plans to roll with creativity.
Oh, nice. Okay. So roll with
Ooh.
creativity.
11.
Nice. So yeah, you use either Mark of Fatigue to use a learn technique, you can use a practice technique, or you can use two different basic or master techniques.
Okay, I want to use the 2 different basic or mastered techniques.
All right.
I'm gonna strike the person like in reach, like nearest to Hama. I'm kind of like shadowing Hama
Okay.
and trying to pull around her.
Perfect.
And then I'm just gonna do that with my daggers. And then I want a stream of water. Wait, never mind, that's not mastered. Just kidding. Can I smash? So with the basic techniques, can you use your bending?
Yeah, it's the effects are gonna be those things, but you can describe them as however you'd like.
Okay. Yeah, I want to just start stabbing with strike, and then for smashing, I want to like destabilize the ground under a couple of the people if I can.
Okay.
Sink them
Perfect.
into the ice.
Okay. And then did you want to mark the extra fatigue to limit the choices for strike?
Yeah, I don't have any because did we long rest
No,
or anything?
there wasn't really any
No,
time to rest. So if you
that's
hadn't,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, we're fine. Yeah, I'm gonna mark a fatigue
Okay.
and forcing them. So by forcing them, they can still either mark to fatigue or inflict a condition.
Yeah, so they instead of shifting balance, they can either do one of those two instead.
Okay, so yeah, I mark the fatigue.
Yeah. Okay. So you do that. They are going to use Flame Blade, which means you're going to end up marking a 2 fatigue, and become impaired. So will Hama, but Hama also gets an attack off, which is gonna be that. Okay. In this little middle fray, as the waterbenders are sort of trying to get themselves ready to go, the firebenders come smashing in, uh, launching off a barrage of fire-based bending and attacks. While you are able to use your water bending to strike back at them, and Hama as well. Through it all, you do there's some singes of being hit from the fire, but the group of firebenders that are closest to you and Hama are knocked out, but also a few of the waterbenders are knocked out as well. It's more firebenders than waterbenders, luckily. On that end, as you and Hama exhaust a lot of your resources to knock out a good number. Cut to Benjiro, who's no longer with the reserves and is just kind of off to the side of the battlefield. What would you like to be doing?
I mean, I kind of just I want to. Ooh, actually, I have an. I can I start setting up like some traps as into like holes and stuff for people to fall into
Oh, I see. Like for if
for like
they.
the fire agents to fall into.
Okay. Give me a roll of focus, relying on your skills in training.
10.
Okay, yeah, perfect. You start to make your traps. It's gonna take a little bit longer since it's not combat bullet time, but you are starting to create some traps as everyone's sort of in the chaos. Perfect. We're gonna cut over to Roslyn, who's still enjoying tea, I assume. All right. As you're watching this, you can see that sort of the tide is sort of turning. Um, while the Fire Nation soldiers, the raiders, are doing a okay job, they are losing more numbers than the Water Tribe defenders at the moment. Is there anything you would like to do?
Yeah. Rosalind sips the last of their tea and sets the cup down next to them. And then they pull up the 4th string. And Rosalind just starts playing it.
So, give me a roll of creativity.
8.
Okay. It's you haven't gotten too much practice, but it did sound still pretty good. It's one of those you continuously having to look at your hand as you're playing, make sure what's going on, Oz.
I love you too.
So we're gonna go back to the bullet point time of battle though, so you won't hear the 4 string right away for Taibo and Sakari, because you're in a little bit of different time speed. But after this round, you'll probably start to hear it. So we cut back to Taibo and the front line.
Hee hee, it's your boy.
Taibo, what would you like to do before we force you to start hearing the sound of music?
Gosh. How are the Fire Nation around me looking?
Around you, it's just kind of the same. They're all like obviously worn out from the fight, but they're all still standing and like look like they can go for a little bit longer.
I
So-
think I would like to make them less that.
Okay. So
I'm gonna go defend and maneuver because that's where my better moves are.
all right. The Water Tribe soldiers are going to advance and attack, and so are the Fire Nation soldiers. So you will roll first with focus to defend and maneuver.
Yeah. Can I get a 12, please?
Yeah, sure. You can mark one fatigue to use a learn technique, use a practice technique, or use 2 different basic or master techniques. Everyone's rolling really good today.
Yeah, and then Rosalind's gonna come out, and I'm gonna just shit my pants on the field. It's gonna be a bad time for everyone involved, myself included.
It's gonna be so great.
I'm gonna beat you to death with my bare hands.
Please do.
Well, now it sounds like you want it, and now I don't want to.
Exactly.
I will. I will disarm.
Okay.
Target your foe's ability to fight by breaking, removing, or limiting a particular style. Blah, blah, blah. Name any advance and attack technique, and they can't use that for the rest of the encounter.
Now, I did mention one previously. Can you remember which one I mentioned?
No, tell me what they are, Josh.
It doesn't say I get to tell you, but no. Flame Blade is their advanced one that they have.
I'll
They
take
also,
that one out.
I mean, they also have flame knives, but they haven't used it.
I'll take Flame Blade out. Thank
Okay.
you.
Flame Blade is out.
And I get to do another, correct?
Yep, you got one more basic or mastered, as long as it was not practiced or learned.
Hooray. I think I will ready.
Ready yourself? Okay. Mark of fatigue to ready yourself or your environment. Finding or clearing a fictionally appropriate status of nearby characters or yourself. I don't think you have any negative statuses currently.
Then maybe I don't want to do that. Maybe I want to retaliate. I want to retaliate.
Okay. Better choice. So what does it look like for Ty? Actually, I'll ask you after I roll this, so we have some context with advanced attack. Whoop! Get in there. Not good for the waterbenders and extremely good for the firebenders. And you're retaliating, so that's not good for the firebenders. But they are doing good there. So they can't flame blade. But they
You're allowed to keep saying you're a good guy when you're actively rooting for my downfall.
Because I am an actor.
Okay. Boo, I want Tybo to die.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so first, they're gonna do flame knives, and then they're gonna go and strike, which is. Oh, so sorry, Tybo.
No, don't.
So, what does it look like as for Tybo to like knock out the flame blade and such? As you are also retaliate's pretty simple. It's just re-hitting them and such. But like as you sort of stop their flame blades.
I feel like I see one of them going to Flame Blade, one of the Southern Water Tribe warriors, and I like smash his hands.
Nice. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so the Southern Water Tribe soldiers don't do so hot here. The Fire Nation soldiers, those that weren't doing the flame blade, adapted to creating the flame knives. That then, because of the way that it works, because they rolled 10, so they got 2 techniques. The first round was to create the flame knives. and which means they'll do an additional 3 fatigue with any fatigue that they do. So Oz, Tybo is going to take at least 3 fatigue. But you can either mark
Ew.
you can mark 2 fatigue, mark an addition, or shift your balance as you get hit by these, and they end up taking a fatigue from your retaliate.
Hey, what if I cried actively and openly instead?
Well, unfortunately, that's not going to help. And the
I can shift my balance
okay, shift your balance away from center.
away from center.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think that makes narrative sense, so I'm kind of tempted to take a condition.
Don't forget, you also take 3 fatigue if you're able to.
No, Josh, I'm not.
Okay. So many conditions. How many conditions are you at now?
Right now, 1.
Okay.
Until you decide what conditions I'm taking.
Okay. How many conditions did you want to take?
How many do I have to take?
Well, how much fatigue can you take is my first question. Can you take the 3? No. You can only take 2. So you have to take 2 conditions, or you have to take at least 1 condition?
Yeah.
Okay. Which one do you already have?
Angry.
Okay, so do you think with this barrage of fire, is Tybo more afraid of what's going on, or do they feeling insecure about their abilities? Do they feel for some reason having really bad flashback to how they were talking to Rafa and everything, and Roslyn, and being like, "Oh, maybe I shouldn't have," or are you just like troubled in general?
Tybo is having war flashbacks to backstory thing.
Oh, I see.
And is gonna add afraid to the list.
Okay, afraid's going to the list.
Hmm.
Conditions. And so what is the one that you're doing for the strike? Are you going to mark the 2 fatigue, mark another condition, or are you going to shift your balance?
You said 2 fatigue?
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Okay, so you take the 2 fatigue. Tybo, you are looking worse for wear, but you're still standing. The other soldiers around you not doing so hot. More of the Fire Nation soldiers are getting through that front line. As we then go to the middle line, where Hama and Sakari are. We shall figure out. Sakari, what would you like to do? You're muted. Come on, Megan.
Every time. Since Hama's not like one of us, can I still know what she's gonna choose?
Yeah. Actually, I will let you choose for Hama if you have a particular thing that you would rather have her do.
Yeah, so if she can evade and observe, because I want to heal her,
I
but it
see.
has to be somebody who's also
Got it. So I'll
evade.
have her evade and observe then. Okay. So then everyone else will be advancing and attacking though. Which I just dropped one of my dice. And it's a Fire Nation one. Uh-oh.
No.
Don't say that.
Where did it go? I feasible. What the heck? Where did this dice
The
go?
Fire Nation soldier's dead. Yay,
It's
he's
disappeared
gone.
into the quantum realm.
He
Oh no, the
ran-
firebender surrendered! Oh no!
Oh no.
Darn!
ran off, and I
No.
don't have.
No.
Get
How
back
about I
here.
go before them?
Oh, there it is.
No!
Ugh.
Oh.
I got
Oh
it. I
no,
found
they
it.
came
I found it. Don't worry.
Tybo suddenly has no fatigue. Not good.
No. All right. So advance and attacking this group. Oh, Waterbenders did much better this time. So we'll figure out what they do. And now we go to evade and observe, which Hama will do and Sakari will do, both clearing a fatigue, and then rolling with creativity or harmony.
creativity. Ooh.
Hama's not used to
Okay,
evading and observing. She's done zip.
Oh no. I got a 10, barely.
Okay. So you can mark a fatigue to use a learn technique, use a practice technique, or use 2 different basic or master techniques.
Okay, because I want to use refresh on Hama.
All right, and that'll.
So I mark a fatigue, and then Hama can clear 3 fatigue or 2 conditions or whatever is best for Hama.
Clear inappropriate stats from them and clear 3 fatigue or 2. Nice. Okay. Perfect. Oh, I forgot. We're one stun was impaired.
I'm impaired.
That's right. Okay. So you're off balance. This is a physical action. So I'm gonna drop your 10 down to an 8, which just means you do 1 basic or master technique. So you just
Okay,
refresh.
so then just refresh.
So that's fine. And Hama's gonna do that stuff. Cool. So the waterbenders get their act together and are able to like use more ice and steam and just water to fend off the firebenders as they make their attacks. As you and Hama sort of like take a little reprieve in the middle of all the fighting to like sort of regroup. And at this point, everyone on the battlefield can start hearing some 4-string being played.
Kaido gets like 1,000-yard stare.
Is there anything you would like to do in reaction to the 4-string being heard?
Is it anything specific? Like any kind of specific song or anything?
It's the exact one that Tybo taught me.
Oh.
The waterfalls one?
Help.
Yeah.
Rough.
I'm killing myself.
Rough.
No.
Tybo dies immediately of shame.
No. No, we can't have that happen.
I'm not helping that much anyway. You'll be fine.
Oh, we're not gonna have that happen after the bombshell that you dropped.
I don't know what you're talking about. That was not in the recap.
Uh-huh.
Nothing was mentioned in the recap about any bombshell that I dropped.
Oh, you mean the crush?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm gonna crush these Fire Nation soldiers.
Crush D's nuts was right there.
Yeah.
I already made a D's nuts joke. You missed it.
Anyway,
You asked who was impaired, and I said impair D's nuts.
Oh, I did miss that, huh?
Yeah, I know. Cass caught it because Cass is my friend.
And I'm the enemy. Anyway, so yeah.
I think Tybo takes out his own 4-string because he knows what's about to happen.
I mean, you've been swinging with the 4-string as an
but he puts it into like player position.
Oh, I see. Okay, cool.
Oh my gosh, is this gonna be like the devil went down to Georgia?
Yes,
That's what I was about to say.
You're the devil and I'm Johnny.
Are we about to fiddle off?
Feeling Banjos was.
Don't say it that way.
What's wrong with fiddle off?
I don't like it.
Fiddling off goes in the nose.
No, don't.
All right, so
you can't be saying fiddle off while singing that song.
So does anyone want so music being played, Tybo's getting ready to play music. Does anyone want to go back into like the mess of combat, or do you want to we can do like a little smash cut to anything if you would rather. Or we can go back into like bullet point time.
I hear the music and like immediately it kind of clicks on my mind of, oh no.
It's not
so I'm gonna
Tybo.
No. So I'm gonna start I don't know why my mind thought about like swinging Tarzan style like to get over to Tybo.
I am gonna
no trees.
I am gonna
We're in the southern one. We're in the South Pole. What trees?
I am gonna
yeah,
sort
that's
of
what I was thinking. I'm like, no.
I am sort of going to put a wrench in this plan because you are separated from Tybo, and this is a classically known Tybo song, apparently. Do you think it's Tybo playing it or somebody else playing it?
Oh.
Only ever played this for Rosalind, though.
Oh, that is true. I don't know how Benjiro would know, but also
Yeah.
Benjiro has no clue that Rosalind has a 4-string right now.
But it's not
Can
good
I-
enough to be Tybo, so
Well, that was my question: is what's the quality? Because I'm like, can I determine? Because I'm
Castle
sure
and
we've
8,
heard
so partial
typo.
success.
So
I mean, it does sound a little like not like more thinky in terms of like playing the notes, but that could also be accounted for the fact that you're in the middle of a fight.
I see. You're trying to sway me away from my decision.
No, I'm just
Um,
saying that like realistically, you could easily be like maybe they're like kicking someone and that's why like the notes are a little bit slower as they're like trying to focus on.
I don't know. I feel like Benji still hears this and is like, "What?" Because I don't know. I don't feel like knowing what I know of Tybo. I don't think Tybo would start. I don't know. I feel like this is way too important for Tybo to just stop and play music.
All right, fair enough. I now edit in the fight with the Palace of the Earth King, where Tybo was canonically
Hey,
playing his
but
instrument.
that was battle music. This is not battle music.
Yeah,
is
this
fair.
is. Yeah.
It's a sweet
Is this
song.
like I was gonna say, is this a sad, sweet song?
I think this is one of the sad songs. Yeah.
This is the
So I bet.
one that made you cry, Morgan.
Oh no! So wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Not the most recent
Benji-
cry. The
wait.
cry before that.
Is
The
this
words
one that's
flow
about
like
Sakari?
waterfalls.
No, this is.
Shut up.
Oh, it is that one. Okay, never mind then.
Shut up. Yeah, it's the one about Sakari. Fine, whatever. Waterfalls is about Sakari. Spoilers. Yeah.
Yeah, Benji's been. No matter if Benji thinks that this is Tybo or not, Benji's gonna go over because I feel like this is. I don't know how. Is Benji smart enough to understand? Might be about love interest. Well, there's no lyrics going on, right?
No, it's just the sound.
All right, I'm still gonna go over towards the area of Typo, but not like still staying hidden, if that makes sense.
Okay, and Sakari, what are you doing?
Can I use like commit the evade and observe, or do I have to enter combat to commit?
You'd have to enter the combat to do it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think Sakari would like stay there for a minute with the goal of going towards the sound.
Okay. So we'll go into one more round of combat for anyone who wants to. I'll just lump everyone together at this point because the fight sort of raged on long enough to where it's like there's no distinction anymore between like front line, middle line, reserve kind of deal. Who is currently going to be in combat? We have Sakari and Hama.
I'm getting ready for my Devil Went Down to Georgia. Square off.
So is that a yes or no?
I don't think music fight counts as being in combat.
Okay, so you won't be. So it's just gonna be me versus Megan. Awesome. This will be fun. All right, so Megan, what would you like to be doing?
Evade and observe.
Okay, so you're gonna evade and observe. Fire Nation soldiers are going to advance and attack all around you. Water Tribe is going to defend and maneuver. Ham is going to advance and attack. First is defend and maneuver. Let's go, Water Tribe. Okay, not bad. They are all going to essentially seize a position. Everyone else is they're gonna advance and attack. Great. All right, and then go ahead and evade and observe. So clear the fatigue and then roll creativity or harmony.
Thank God for clearing the fatigue. I was at full fatigue.
Yeah.
Wouldn't know what that's like.
Okay, 11, but do I still have the negative thing?
Yes, you would still have the next, so it goes down to 9.
9, but 9 is still okay. I
Yeah,
can
so
still
you use
do
one
the
basic or
base.
mastered. Yep. You can still do
Okay.
commit.
Yes. Yeah, I want to commit Um,
Shift your balance toward one of your principles, and next time you live up to that principle, you do not have to mark a fatigue. Nice.
yes, I'm gonna commit to risk.
Okay. Nice.
Mhm.
All right, so you're committing to your risk as you, in the midst of this battle, go. I should probably find that music.
Mhm.
Around you, things take a little bit of a turn for the worse as the water benders sort of all and the main ground soldiers sort of try and get to sort of like higher ground, maneuver themselves away from things as the Fire Nation presses onto their attacks. You start to see around you some of the water benders being caught up in nets and such, and like some being knocked down, being taken away. Maybe like two or three, not like a whole lot, but they're just like grabbing a few and then starting to retreat back to the ship. And now I assume because Tybo's gotten prepared, Benjaro's made their way to Tybo, or his way to the Tybo. Yep, to Tybo, and Sakari is hearing the music. The three of you can now sort of take off towards Rosalind as sound of battle is still going on, sort of, but it's like dying down a lot.
I feel like Tybo isn't running, but is walking towards it and is strumming sort of a counter melody.
Just every step.
Just like as he walks, just walking normal pace. He's beat up, but his like shoulder square, jaw set, counter melody. Just like, I know this has to happen.
Perfect. Rosalind, you start to hear that counter melody coming closer and closer.
I keep strumming the song.
Sakari and Benjaro, how do you want to sort of like go? Do you want to be in step with Tybo, or do you want to outpace, be behind?
Can we see each other?
Yeah, you
Like-
can. You all sort of in one of those like the things that can only happen within like TV and movie and TTRPG, where you all sort of like make eye contact across a battlefield of chaos and like
Gotcha.
go. Yeah.
Um. Part of me wants to like slightly outpace Tybo, but not like far enough that like I'm too far away.
Okay.
But like still kind of lurking in the shadows kind of way.
So sort of in front, but like off to the side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sakari.
Sakari, like having committed to risk, is like running as fast as she can, but kind of the same as Tybo, like
Or Benjaro.
or Benjiro, yeah.
Okay, so it's Rosalind walking up to you is a slow, steady, committed Tybo, and two in sort of a V formation with the center point of the V at Tybo. There is Sakari and Benjaro sort of running towards you at like a pincer.
Who knows they're there?
Rosalind starts singing the song
Go
as they
on,
get closer.
sing it.
I don't know the words to the song,
Sing.
but it's sweet and it's about Sakari and but Tybo's love for her.
Shut up, shut up,
Now-
shut up.
Because I don't remember the song.
Just dub, just I'll do the little dance and you just put the little
Rowan.
song over it.
Well,
I can just sing it.
my question was for Oz.
Yeah.
Remind me, does the song mention Sakari or any way or in any
Not
reference to?
by name.
Does it make any clear references to Sakari that you could pick up on?
I mean, the whole thing is called Waterfalls, and we have one waterbender in our party, so like.
Cool. I was just gonna see if Sakari picked up on the lyrics or anything about if she could recognize it as herself, and because she hasn't heard it either, this is coming from Rosalind. Weird. Anyway.
It's not
That
that
is
kind of
more
show.
Yeah. It's called a misunderstanding. Anyway, so yeah, three of you sort of converge onto Roslyn with suspiciously yet to be any sign of Rafa.
Tybo's kind of tunnel vision at this point.
Okay.
The real plot twist is Cass has been both people at once and has just been switching back and forth really, really quickly.
Hair up, hair down, hair up, hair down.
I guess this is more of a personal question. I guess we probably have seen that Rafa isn't anywhere to be found.
Yeah, you would have assumed that Rafa was in the battle somewhere, but you weren't able to find the one person in Water Tribe clothing who was firebending.
Mm.
Can I guess like Benji makes a realization in the midst of all this stuff of that and starts looking for Rafa.
Okay. So then Sakari and Taibo will get first cracks at talking to Roslyn as you pull up.
Tybo's got a new song to go with this counter melody. Maybe it'll work. Probably not. Who knows?
It's just shut up, shut
It
up,
doesn't
shut up,
matter,
shut
we
up,
don't
shut
have
up.
to layer it.
Okay, so this is the free bird of one of the Avatar universe.
Sure.
Oh my god.
The war paint runs, the blood will wash away, but everything comes at a price. Embers glow, but the water never burns in the battle of fire and ice.
I like to imagine that when the word water matches up with waterfall in some way,
No, don't.
as you're both singing and just water together and then goes over from each other.
Devastating.
Horrible. I hate it here.
Anyway,
It's so good.
I have some lore stuff that I'm going to add for
I'm
next.
never doing another
era.
musical character again.
That's fine.
Boo.
Next era is going to be great.
My next character doesn't even fucking talk.
Okay, so yeah, the Sakari, are you doing anything while this musical battle is happening?
Yeah. Roslyn, what are you wearing? Not to be weird, but like literally, what are you wearing?
It's couture,
Who are
Gucci,
you wearing?
Prada.
They're not in.
It makes sense because you're the devil.
Well, I guess they're now part of the Avatar universe too. Okay.
Meryl Streep has always been part of the Avatar universe in my heart.
It's Fire Prada. Called Frada.
Oh, because you're a fraud.
Prada. Okay.
Anyway,
You're a fraud who lied to us.
I'm wearing whatever I was wearing before the sweater.
So slight
Isn't it
Earth.
still your military uniform?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is this a newer military uniform though?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got it from the ship.
Is it the same or did you upgrade?
I upgraded.
Oh,
Bigger
incredible.
shoulder pads.
I'm hot, Roslyn.
Enormous shoulder pads.
The size of the shoulder pads is relative to how hot the person is.
Roslyn is tipping over a little bit.
All right. Was that question relevant to anything?
So it was. So, but you're not wearing anything long or flowy.
No.
No. Can I throw a dagger at Roslyn's 4-string?
Give me a roll of focus to rely on your skills and training.
My 4-string.
There's only one musician in this town. And one in training.
Oh, and then Josh, so what does it mean to roll with risk? Hold on. Because I'm using this for like commit.
Oh, I
just
see.
don't peek. Okay. Never mind. I guess that's not living up to that principle necessarily.
Yeah, no, that's not the same.
Okay. Focus. 8. So not quite.
Not super perfect, but you could mark a fatigue to make it perfect. If not, then
Just misses and hits me straight in the face.
That's
No.
worse. Oh, God.
No.
And I missed and killed you immediately.
Yeah, let me
Yeah.
mark a fatigue, Josh.
Okay.
I have the space now.
Okay, so you're gonna mark the fatigue. And so as you're playing Rosalind, your music, you get that whole sound of strings snapping, the as all of them are sliced by the dagger that's now sticking out from the center of the instrument.
Tragic. I was having fun.
Fun?
A blast.
Josh, I swear to God, if you say a fire blast comes in right now, I'm gonna
I
beat you.
know.
Well, no, I'm just kidding. No, that wasn't the
No,
plan.
actually, when I say a blast, I light the 4-string on fire.
Good, you were flat anyway.
Ooh.
At least I wasn't sharp.
You never were very sharp, were you?
You wouldn't know.
There's just a a semicircle of penguin otters off to the side that is just all me doing reactions. You're just hearing
What sound they make?
whatever an otter sound would be, but in like I don't know how to make an otter sound. Huh. And I don't know how to make it sound like they're
Running Mulligan's mind
Insert.
looking
I
for
don't
my
know how-
box of noise.
I also don't know how they would sound in like the oh
Insert harder noise here.
I feel like it would be the penguin. You know that video of the penguins where like one falls over and he like eats shit, and all the other penguins go like.
oh, that's fair. Yeah. So it's that
It's
noise.
like that, but they're all going. You know that they're like, oh, disc.
Yeah.
I fucking hate it here.
But it's going back and forth. So every time Rosalind says something, it's like one half is that, and then yeah. So like one half is all Team Rosalind, the other half is Team Tybo, and they're just like going back and forth.
Those Team Roslin otter penguins are fucking traitors. I gave them a concert. They are also getting attacked by the Fire Nation.
They love me.
Anyway,
So Josh, where's Rafa?
Rafa's not there right now.
hey Josh, where is Rafa
I
though?
don't.
What? I can't tell you that. None of you are there.
Where in the
Cass, I don't
world
like
is
that face.
Rafa?
Put it away.
Rafa's doing stuff.
Rosalind stands up. Rosalind stands up.
Were you sitting?
Yeah.
Drinking tea and playing instrument.
Fair enough.
And just like steps on the ashes of the 4th string.
Like how the two characters who shouldn't be emotionally attached to this are the most emotionally attached to it, and the one who should be is just stone cold.
An instrument in unworthy hands is just wooden string.
Shut up. It's okay. I never liked music anyway.
That's not even that good of a diss. What are you doing?
A fish gets thrown at Typo.
Fair enough.
Okay, what do you guys want?
Are you kidding? What do we
Are you
want?
dense?
Well, of course. What do you want?
They're dragging our people away in nets. What do you
You're
mean?
right that. You see, I don't really have much to do with that.
What would you call it then? Not much to do.
This just seems less my concern.
So what do you
Consider-
care about?
Oh, darling, myself, of course.
Should have known.
Okay, guys, I'm not the bad guy here.
Really? Then what do you call this? And I point back to what's going on.
That,
What do you? Yeah.
well, I'm told it's for the betterment of the Fire Nation. But who's
Look
to say?
around you. Look around you. Is it any betterment at all? People are dying. Dying. Being captured.
I see
What
that.
the fuck do you think that is?
Language, dear.
Oh, I don't fucking care anymore. You are our friend. Now look what happened. I'm angry, by the way. So that's why I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't see why that has to change. We can be friends.
There's
people
no
who
way that
hurt
the
others.
slaughter of the Southern Water Tribe is bettering anything about the Fire Nation.
Look, I am simply here to confront my sister. Anything past that has nothing to do with me.
I want to pull out our grandmother's dagger
Ooh.
and just start twirling it in my hand.
No, not her grandmother. No.
I'm gonna cry.
Does Rosalind recognize it?
Oh.
It's got like Fire Nation-y stuff, whatever Enya had.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a jewel on it, and my
Yeah.
issue though might be that Rosalind might have been too young to have seen the dagger when they ended up leaving.
But isn't it narratively more fun if they do recognize it?
Narratively, yes. So I'll say probably
Think
can
about the
infer, at least
narrative,
infer. I can say probably infer at the least infer that it's
Rosalind's smart.
yeah.
Okay. Well, Rosalind sees it. What is that?
Guess. She's also your people. And so am I. And so are, I don't know, probably somebody here.
Somebody here.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, if that's not an entrance line, I don't know what is. Just streaking
That's-
from the sky, landing in sort of a like meteor-esque effect. Rafa sort of stands up from superhero Neil stands up. I believe someone has was talking about me, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, yeah.
Do you just like get summoned when you hear like a good entrance? Have you been here? Have you been listening?
If you've learned nothing from my sister, I love a good drama and a good entrance.
Yes, of course, sister.
I'm not talking to you right now. Hold on.
I'm just listening, and I'm just like,
I'll deal with you later. Turns to Tybo and Vendor and Sky. Are we really going to deal with this now, or are we going to deal with or them
I'm
first.
gonna deal with Rosalind right now, please.
You're just like one at a
Talk
time.
about your metaphysical powers later.
What do you want me to do?
Call off the attack.
But it's already happening.
Make it stop happening.
Mm. Never been very good at making things stop happening.
Our sister is kind of correct in that remark. They can't stop the attack from happening. No, I'll call it off since it isn't really their purview. And since I assume they're just kind of here for me, we could just settle this now if you'd rather. And you see Rafa makes a little fireball in her air hand.
Can I do a
Pablo
little?
stands beside Rafa.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Sakar goes to the other side of Rafa.
Before I go to the other side of Rafa, I'm going to. Oh, do I want to do this?
Do it. I don't know what it is, but do it.
Where am I in position to Rosalind?
So you either would be to the left or right, depending on how you set up the serpentine or the pincer deal. And slightly on the diagonal.
Okay. I have a strange idea. Strange, crazy, wacky idea.
I love strange, crazy, wacky ideas.
What if perhaps I surprise attack Rosalind and give before I go over to the other side of Rafa, I want to my thought was that before I go to the other side of Rafa, I'm gonna whisper into Rosalind's ear, I trusted you. And then I want to knock them down in a way and pin them with a dagger to the 2 daggers to the ground with their hands.
Hand?
Roll with focus.
Here we go. That's a 10.
I have changed that page. But alright. Okay, so you tackle and pin Rosalind to the ground.
So they're on top.
Yeah.
Pin?
I think so. Yeah.
Can I just lean up and kiss him?
What?
Alright, well. Yeah. That happens.
Has a panic attack. Oz has a panic attack. Kenren's fine. Talarock has a panic attack.
Is it like a? This is
just
gonna
like
be
a
such
little,
a weird
like-
question.
It's just like a little mwah.
On where? Where?
Like right here.
Okay, so it's not on
Not
the
on
mouth.
but right
All
close
right.
to it.
Just pull her off and say you don't swing that way.
I know.
Actually, that's what I was gonna say. Is that Benji's gonna be like,
Oh,
no.
Cass,
Ross
do
is
me
cackling.
a favor as Rosalind. Roll creativity for trick and
Don't you dare trick me.
you're not an
Don't you dare trick
NPC.
somebody else.
You're not an
Don't you dare
NPC.
trick somebody else.
are you making Benjiro an NPC? Morgan? Morgan,
Um,
are you okay?
Morgan takes
I got
over
a
as Rafa.
8.
An 8? Okay, so you can pick to either. There's only one NPC available. So stumble, it'd take a +1 forward to act against them. So if ever you did a thing against Rafa, you'd get a +1 to it. They act foolishly, which is just gives you more opportunities, or overcommit and are deceived.
I'm gonna do act foolishly.
Oh, wonderful! During this combat, Raph will be splitting air time between attacking you and attacking Benjiro. And a thought of Benjiro being some sort of ally towards you.
Can we do
Ah!
something about that?
Nope.
Oh,
At least,
How awful.
so we will now move into combat for anyone who would like to.
Yeah.
I guess I have to.
All right.
Everyone's attacking me.
It's true.
Before we do that,
Yes.
Rosalind, I'm giving you one last chance. Call off the fighters. Fight alongside us. Or there's no turning back.
We'll see.
Are you going to call off the fighters?
We'll see.
Are you going to?
I would like to just, not that I'm on their side or anything, but I don't think you quite understand the scope of influence that we have.
They
Myself
can still
or my
fight with
sister.
us.
Fair enough. All right. Answers we'll see. So, the three, I guess Sakari, Tabo, and Benjiro can talk about what they would like to do combat-wise. Cass, you are allowed to keep your ideas secret until after they've revealed. Then I will reveal what Raph is doing.
A secret.
I hate this.
PvP. PvP where it's 3-on-1 plus an NPC against the same. So.
That's fair. I still hate this.
Mm-hmm.
This is a hate crime.
It is.
It's not.
Well, I hate it.
So it should be a crime.
I don't particularly like two people trying to attack me.
Listen, everyone's trying to attack me. And I'm
Maybe
just a
don't
little
be
guy.
evil?
I'm just a little guy.
No, you're a warlord.
I'm not a warlord.
You're being a warlord, and
So-
I'm gonna punch you.
So for the purposes, so just also to be clear, Cass, for the purposes of the language within some of the moves and such, this will also apply to
Mhm.
Rafa with the 2 targets. If it says AFO, you have to pick one person, but if it doesn't specify that type of thing, it's just gonna hit all 3 of them.
Okay.
Some bullshit.
What are you guys thinking of doing?
I'm still pretty fucked up, so I'm thinking about evading. No, you know what? It's not in character to evade. I'm gonna defend and maneuver because that's where my moves are. And that's the closest to good attacks that I have.
I mean, I can try to advance an attack and pin them with the water again. I can try. If somebody has something they can attack with while they're pinned.
I have knives.
I mean,
Um,
the only thing I can pin Rosalind with is my body, so
Oh.
No.
What have the three of you figured out what you're doing, or did we get sidetracked?
Um,
I'm gonna defend
Benji,
the
what do you
maneuver.
want to do?
Huh?
Or Benji, what's Benji gonna do?
I actually have a question.
Sure.
So, are we? I don't remember this. Are we allowed to use universal techniques at some point?
No, those are mostly for the NPC.
Gotcha. Okay, then I don't need to worry about that.
Tybo was gonna defend and maneuver. Bendro, did you figure out what you were doing?
Yeah, I think I'm also gonna defend a maneuver.
Sakari, what did you decide?
Evade and attack.
That's two
Evade
different
and
things.
attack.
Evade and
Two-
Oh, wait, advance and attack.
Advance and attack. Okay. Roslyn.
I'm getting out of here, but I'm gonna get you.
I'm going to advance and attack.
Awesome, because Roth is also going to advance and attack. It's gonna be great.
Family. We're
Anyone defending and maneuvering, roll with focus.
Oh, 11.
Nice.
that is good. 7.
So we know the drill. The 11 gets to either mark a fatigue and use a learn technique, use a practice technique, or use 2 different basic or master techniques. The 7 gets to use 1 basic or master technique.
Fun.
Yes, excellent. I'm gonna counter strike.
Okay.
It's my learn technique,
And it's
so
defend and maneuver.
that's fine.
Yeah, well that's it has
Using
to be.
impeccable timing, read your foe's movements and lash out with blinding speed. Execute a strike as if you had marked 1 fatigue against an engaged foe who chose advanced and attack as their approach.
All right,
Wow.
so then that means Cass, you're going to either mark 2 fatigue or mark a condition.
Oh my god. I'm
Let
gonna
me get
mark
you.
it. I'm gonna mark a condition.
Also,
Alright.
do I now move this to practice, Josh?
If it was learned originally, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's now moved to practice. Anytime you use the learn technique, it becomes practice. And then practice takes a while to.
That's fine. Oh, and I get another. Oh boy.
No, because you marked the one learn technique. You used
Oh,
the
that's
fatigue
fine.
mark.
I'm used- I'm so used to doing mastered.
So what is Benjiro doing?
I'm gonna retaliate.
Okay, so you're just gonna retaliate. What does it look like for the 2 of you as you do your 2 things?
I wanna
I feel like
There.
we do like a combo thing, like Tybo go in first. And it says I do a strike, so it's definitely like a. I feel like I'm going for sweep the leg. Tybo go low, Benji go high.
I wanna
Okay.
boing.
Perfect. Okay, so
Like
then
you're going over me, and it looks really fucking cool.
everyone
Yep.
with advance and attack, roll with passion.
The himbo's at it again.
Okay, so is this a new combat, Josh?
This is a new combat, yeah.
Okay, so I want to roll with creativity then
Cool.
instead.
Roll with creativity.
$13 again.
Nice. Okay. Cass, what'd you get?
I got a 7.
Okay, so 13 gets to either mark a fatigue and use a learn technique, use a practice technique, or use 2 different basic or master techniques. 7, you can use 1 basic or master technique. Rafa also got a 8, which is just 1 basic or master technique.
Josh,
Got
did
it.
we stream the water got moved to practice, right? Because I did it before.
Not in combat, so it's still technically learned. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can mark
But
the
can I still use it?
yeah, so you can mark the
mark-
fatigue to use it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and then what is Rosalind doing?
I'm gonna strike.
Okay, so you're gonna do strike. All right, and then Rafa is gonna use a technique called spiral flare kick. I loaded Rafa up with a bunch of great stuff. So Benjiro and Roslyn, you can either choose to mark 2 fatigue or take a condition. Your choice.
I can't. I don't want to take a condition, another freaking condition. So take it is.
And because of your retaliate, that means that Rafa will take an extra condition.
Take that.
I mean fatigue. Not condition. Take a fatigue.
I'm taking fatigue.
Taking fatigue. Okay. So, what does stream
that I gave you? Don't forget that.
What?
Don't forget the fatigues and condition I gave you. Thank you so much. I just wanted to remind you that I bashed you in.
Because you're
'Cause I love
mean.
Cass chose.
Oh!
I thought Cass.
Oh.
I thought you chose to take the condition, Cass.
Yeah,
that
I
one.
did.
Yeah. Okay. And then stream the waters, mark fatigue to inflict a condition on a foe within reach of the water source. They're pinned against something and cannot shift. So they break the stream, drop it. Mark a fatigue at the end of each exchange to continue the stream. Okay. So that means Cass, you have to mark another condition, while Megan marks another.
I already
I'm marking
have 2
another fatigue.
conditions.
Well, there was the one so for Megan, it's the fatigue for using it as learned, and then the fatigue to inflict the. So there's
Womp.
2 in total for you. So
Okay,
Cass,
can someone...
you just have to take the 1 condition for this one.
But for this, okay, but do I also take the condition from Oz?
Yeah, so that I mean it's 2 in total, but yeah,
Which conditions do I have?
they are up to you. Which ones did you already?
I already have guilty.
Okay, so you have afraid, angry, insecure, and troubled left to go. So you gotta pick 2 of those.
Which ones?
Afraid, angry, insecure, or troubled.
I guess I'm doing angry and troubled.
Okay, so we got those 2. All right. And then Megan, just be aware that at the end of each exchange, including this one, you're going to have to mark a fatigue to keep the stream going. It doesn't do anything else other than just holds the person there.
Right.
So it's up to you. But as Tybo goes and strikes low on Roslyn, aiming to aid Benji, instead of being hit with a fist from Benjiro, a stream of water hits Roslyn in the face as Roslyn launches off some fire and is hit by as Rafa jumps, does like a spiral in the air, hits both Benjiro and Roslyn, and Benjiro's fist ends up hitting Rafa instead. Do the retaliate. Whole mess of stuff in combat. As you end that exchange, Sakari, are you holding up onto that stream of water, or are you letting it drop?
I have to drop it.
Okay, so you drop it. Roslyn, you're like on the ground, but you can easily pick yourself back up. But we're out of that combat exchange.
I get up.
Is there anything you would like to say before we move on to another combat exchange? Say or do for anybody.
How far away is Rafa?
Rafa is nearby, like literally spun in the air, kicked, hit you, and Roslyn is landed sort of between the 2 of you.
I want to say to Rafa, I am not your enemy. Whatever you think that was going on with me and your sister, I don't swing that way. Just saying, I actually don't swing any. I don't. No, just no. The answer is no.
It's just no.
Yeah, I'm the one with the swinging weapon, and Benji's more of like the throwing knife guy. Tybo doesn't know what this
That's-
swing metaphor
that's-
means.
Tybo, that's not what that means. We will talk about your romantic stuff later.
No, what? No, I don't. What? No. I don't. No. No.
Hello. This is about me.
This is me.
There we go. I'm trying to find the condition.
Yeah,
Um,
everyone focus on Rosalind and beating him up.
There's not a progression.
Morgan, what are your 2 conditions again?
Oh, great. Angry and afraid.
Cool. So you're gonna have to roll. We'll call this. Well, I guess plead is actually the right way to go. So actually, there's no negative to this one. So yeah, roll creativity or harmony for plead. Harmony for.
Oh no, that's a 6.
Oh, well, that does not
Can
work.
I help?
Make it a 7.
Wait, can I help?
Do you have a fatigue that you can mark, Oz? Or no, you would. Yeah, you have to mark a fatigue. Yeah, do you have a fatigue?
Damn, no.
No, well then you are unable to help.
Fuck.
So
I
no,
mark a fatigue?
no, because it has to be somebody else to give you the help.
Darn it.
I guess. Can Rafa mark a fatigue?
No, Rafa's the one you're aiming at.
Okay, but can Rafa mark a fatigue?
Wait, is this combat or no?
This is out of combat.
Out of combat. Okay.
Yeah. And I think everyone's might be at full fatigue, which is so funny. But that will end on. I guess that falls on deaf ears as Rafa does not listen to you. And that is where we will be ending today's session and be continuing this combat next time.
Uh,
I hate it here.
Thank you for watching Avatar Legends Legacy of Heroes. I have been your GM, Josh. I want to thank you again to my wonderful friends, Cass, Megan, Morgan, and Oz. What a wonderful time, Oz. Send us out.
Yep. Be sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed, and you did. Leave a comment down below on what themes would be in your song that you would write for your crush. Not that that has anything to do with anything that happened in this episode or past episodes. Be sure to subscribe for more videos, and don't forget to hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss another exciting episode of Avatar Legends Legacy of Heroes Arc 3 The 100 Years War. Take your meds!
Bye.
also, side note, I mean, post-recording,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Sakari still thinks that Tybo likes Rosalind.
Yeah,
Because the last
probably.
interaction we had was
Was
us
with Rafa
joking
being
about
like,
that,
yeah.
and then I left.
Yeah. You're like the people in like Americans, the American Revolution, Civil War. They were like, "There's a battle happening on this lawn. Let's go sit on the next lawn over and just watch."
It's that John Mulaney bit about the gazebo.
I'm over the gazebo.
Important question, does the
Yes.
4-string also have tea?
No.
Damn.
I was over.
No, I can't believe that was a whole job that you could do. Was just there's a battle happening. Sure, I'll sit over on this side and paint it, and or have a nice picnic. Maybe.
It's a vague reference, it's not explicit.
But like, but there's no way Rosalind is yelling out, "This is waterfalls," and then starts playing. Is there anything in the lyrics that would like hint at Sakari?
Anyway, this is Waterfall.
Waterfalls.
Yeah, Oz, is there anything like in the lyrics that would hint at Sakari in any way?
I can't believe Oz created the Avatar Wonderwall.
I didn't mean to. Been fighting my whole life to be more than I am. Never enough just to be the bigger man. There's one who's confident. No.
No? Okay, well then.
There's nothing explicitly like this is about Sakari.
Or like anything that like you could infer and like.
I mean, the
Mentioning
biggest hint is that the song is called Waterfalls.
Okay, so there's no like description of or like references to things you've done. Okay, cool.
It's just Freebird. We've already got the Wonderwall. We might as well have the Freebird.
What is the opposite of Wonderwall? Is it Freebird? What's the one song that nobody wants to hear? If you have a guitar, I'm like, here's Wonderwall. Anyway, here's Wonderwall. Instead, it's I'm leaving.
And Freebird is the one that like everyone asks for. So like,
That
I
is
guess
fair.
Freebird is the opposite of Wonderwall.
I guess, yeah.
Thank you for watching Avatar Legends Legacy of Heroes, where we make important pop culture discoveries.
everyone's gonna pin Rosalind.
Tybo doesn't swing that way. Tybo doesn't date villains. Well, perhaps stop being a villain and you would have a chance.
So you're saying
No,
There's not. All right.
Tybo's a stupid idiot. And
so you're saying
Tybo's going for the family? Is that what's
that I
happening?
could have a Tybo Rosalind love story.
no.
Okay, I'm
Tybo's
fine.
kind of got his heart elsewhere. I don't know where.
I hope that she rejects him.
Anyway, everyone's on a break. This is going at the end of the episode. This fight's gonna span 2 sessions. It's gonna be good. Da, 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 da.